There are many types of function. We have a linear function which looks like this. The variable x has the highest power 1, so that's a linear function. We have a quadratic function where the highest power of the variable is 2. That's a quadratic function. We have, of course, an exponential function where the exponent itself is the variable x. So 2 to the power x, 3 to the power x, 4 to the power x, or any number to the power x, that's an exponential function. But we're not talking about an exponential function. We're talking about the exponential function. First of all, there is no such thing as the linear function, the quadratic function, but there is such a thing as the exponential function. When we talk about the exponential function, we are talking about the number e, the most famous number in the world. E was first referenced by John Napier. He published a book called The Miraculous Canon of Logarithm. He invented logarithm with this book. It's a book that took him 20 years to write, and logarithm is actually the study of exponents. That's all it is. And he worked with 2.71, but it was 70 years later Jacob Bernoulli from Switzerland, he was Swiss, he was working on compound interest, and he came up to the very accurate approximation to this magic number. How did he do that? He was thinking about the ultimate investor's dream. Suppose you put $1 in the bank, and the bank is going to give you 100% interest. Now, in simple interest, you'll get 100% interest once at the end of the year. So if you get 100% of $1 is 1, so you get a total of $2. That's fantastic. But in compound interest, what is done? This 100% is compounded. It is not given to you altogether. Maybe if it is given twice a year, so it would be 50% of the 6 months, 50% of the 6 months. If you break it down, you're going to get $2.25. So why don't we compound it more? Why don't we break it monthly? So 100%, break it down into every month, a little over 10%. So you get more than 2.25. How about we break it down weekly, break it down into 52 pieces, because in a year there are 52 weeks. You get even more. If you break it down 100% daily, compound over daily, so there would be 365 portions interest. Then he thought about, how about we break that down per second. In a year, every moment you're going to get a percentage increment. Well, some people might think, oh my god, that might turn out to be tens and thousands of dollars. $1 compounded, tens and thousands of dollars. That's a great bargain. In reality, no matter how much you break it down, it would not be over a magic number, 2.718281828. Now, this is the most famous number in the world, but it was not until 1727 it was named, and it was named by Leonard Euler, perhaps the greatest mathematician of all time. Leonard Euler was actually the student of Jacob's brother Johann Bernoulli, and he gave the name E. So many people might think he was very conceited, he named it after himself because his name starts with E. Euler starts with E, E-U-L-E-R. Well, you see, this is not all he did. He also named the number 3.142, which is another famous magic number which says the circumference of the circle is more than 3 times the length of the diameter. He named it pi. Not only that, he named the complex number square root of -1 I. Now these 3 numbers are 3 of the greatest number of all time. The other 2 great numbers are 0 and 1. As if this was not enough, he put all these 5 numbers together in a formula which is called the greatest mathematical formula of all time. E to the power I pi plus 1 equals to 0. If you want to remember the number denoted by this, there is some trick to it. One of the trick is by some sort of a special sentence. The one that I like, to express E, remember to memorize a sentence in embedded code. What is the trick? Every word corresponds to the letter of E. The letter of E is 2.71828182884, the first 11 digits. So this one is 2 letters, 7 letters, 1 8 2 8 1 8 2 8 4. Pretty neat. Exponential function was also honored by Google. In 2004, when they came to the share market, they released their IPO. It was to honor this number, 2,718,281,828. We can say even Google went gaga over E.